stories video. So, thank you for that request. So, the first story was last year when I was on vacation in Salem, Massachusetts. My family and I were staying at a very beautiful bed and breakfast. It was a very old home, and it had a gorgeous fireplace, and the view from our front windows was really amazing. So I enjoyed staying there very much. But at the end of our first day there, I was feeling very tired because that morning I had gotten up earlier than the rest of my family. So when they all wanted to go out, I decided to stay in by myself and go to sleep early. So when I went back to our room, I was trying to fall asleep, but I kept hearing noises in the next room. And then I heard the door shut. Now, until that point, I thought it was just noises that were actually from another room or from the wind or something. So that's why I didn't think anything of it until I heard the door shut. So I got up, and when I went into the next room, I found that somebody had gone through some of our things, and I immediately went into a panic. And I left the room, and the people at the front desk called security